Okay, with our high poly sculpts done, what we're going to go ahead and do now is prep the models for Retopology, as well as exporting our high poly maps for baking. We'll talk a little bit more in depth on what Retopology is and what baking is specifically once we get to that module. But for now, what we're going to go ahead and do is first prep it for Retopology. So the best way to do it is to merge all of your assets into one scene. Sometimes you could separate it and retopologize each individual piece so that you're only focusing on this, only focusing, say, on this piece. However, for game engines, typically you want to make sure, you go ahead and keep everything as optimized as you can, low topology, and go from there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is retopologize the entire wheel as a whole. To do so, we need to go ahead and merge visible. So if we go down to our merge tab under subtools, let's go ahead and merge visible. What's that's going to go ahead and do is merge the entire piece into one. You see that there? So it just makes it all into one visible piece while maintaining our previous subtool. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is go up to Z plugin, go down to Decimation Master, and here is our Decimation tab. Typically back in the day, what you would go ahead and do is pre-process current, let it run through, and then decimate current. You can set your target poly count. Typically, 150K to 250K is perfect. What we're going to go ahead and do is just use one of these presets here that pre-processes and decimates it. So we're going to go ahead and go down to probably 150K and see what that gets us. So let's go ahead and let that load. And all decimating does is, if you notice, we have 8.4 million polygons here. We're trying to reduce that so that in Maya, where our modeling software, where we're going to do our retopology, it doesn't chug, it doesn't lag, because if we bring in almost 9 million polygon model into Maya and try to build atop it, Maya's just gonna lag and it's gonna be just no good. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is wait for this guy to load, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so now that our model has finished decimating, what you're gonna notice is that it's now at 150 active points. If I zoom in, you'll notice that it's all triangulated geometry, a lot less heavy. 9 million to 150, I will take that. Now from there, let's go ahead and prep our model for our high poly meshes for the bakes.